guys, my name's Hayley Quinn and this is a sex, dating and relationship advice video for onlinedating.org, and today I'm going to be answering the advice question: what to do when a girl that you kind of hooked up with once or twice has started ringing you constantly and saying that she's your girlfriend and that she's in love with you. My first point would be, even though your instinctive reaction may be just to kind of try and not reply to many of her messages and make the odd excuse not to see her, that this behaviour won't really help you long term. In fact, it will only perpetuate the situation and make it worse. Because the longer that she feels that she's in a relationship with you, or feels that she's in love with you and doesn't know what the score is, she's become more and more emotionally invested, and so when eventually she finds out that you don't consider her in the same way, it's going to be a lot more painful. So my first piece of advice would be to nip this situation in the bud as soon as possible. My second point would be to be very frank with them. If you start making excuses, or you say, you know, I do really like you, but can I just have a bit more time and space, when you really mean to say, actually, you know, I'm not really interested in you at all, that will just confuse the situation even more. There's a difference between letting someone down gently and being dishonest with them. If you give her a ray of hope that is actually not going to be fulfilled, then you're going to be hitting loads of problems later on, because if she believes herself to be in love with you, she'll instinctively want to interpret everything you say as proof of that. So what you need to do is be relatively frank in your message to her. It can have a nice tone, but you need to inform her and just say, hey, I think things are being misconstrued. I never actually really considered you to be my girlfriend. I think you're a cool girl, but I don't want a relationship right now. My third point would be, before you even have that discussion though, to consider what you want for the future of the relationship. Did she overreact just a bit, and maybe you'd still like to continue seeing her but in a more relaxed context? Or has she freaked you out so much you never want to see her again? If it's the first option, then you can just say you want to take things more slowly and see what happens, but manage her expectations that this might not ever develop into a full-blown relationship. However, if you decide you really don't want to see her again, I would make it clear that there's no hope for anything developing, because what might happen is, if you say that you're not ready for a relationship, if she's really into you, she might decide that she wants to be your fuck buddy or the girl that you sleep with. This won't emotionally do her any good, it won't help her self-esteem, yet she'll do it as a means to keep you in her life. I would say that the honourable thing to do here is in fact just to move on entirely. Anyway guys, this has been the advice points on how to deal with a situation when a girl or a guy that you've hooked up with just the once decides that they want to be your boyfriend or girlfriend full time, and that they start sort of scaring you with the volume of calls and by saying that they're in love with you. I hope my advice video has helped. This has been a sex, dating, relationship advice video for onlinedating.org.